Tonight, we are going to worship the Lakshmi principle within us. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, prosperity, and also of health. Actually, your country is already blessed because you have so many things here. Firstly, this country has got such a lot of petrol. And if discoveries are made, there's much more. Then secondly, you have got beautiful timber. Then thirdly, you've got lot of steel, very good steel. Also you have diamonds. So many things you have. Apart from that, you have so much of art. Also gold you have. So all these things are in abundance in this country. Only thing is, you don't yet have somebody who will manage to get to you people. I'm sure it will work out.
Но я уверена, что это получится.
But in Sahaja Yoga, we have to know that this principle of Lakshmi gives us a great sense of satisfaction. If you don't have satisfaction, then any amount of Lakshmi cannot help you. One becomes very greedy. You have something, but you want to have more and more and more. And for that, one adopts all kinds of methods and measures. Thus, you also have a very bad mafia system who are very greedy. For Sahaja Yogis, one has to realize that he does not have to achieve anything he has already achieved. First, people try to seek food in the Nabhi Chakra. Then they eat, that is swaha. Then it is being retained in the body. Now supposing somebody becomes very greedy of food, he gets sick, he has problems. But he goes to the second state where he sustains it and called as swadha. Because he eats thinking that it is, as a human being, his duty to eat, that's all. Not for taste, not for greed, not for showing off. In a very simple manner he eats. Like in the West, I've seen people are very particular about where you put the spoon and where you put the... They spend thousands to buy those cutleries. Now the thing that is the worst for the Lakshmi principle is drinking. It is alcohol. They say in India that a bottle comes from one side and the Lakshmi runs away from another door. So, Sahaja Yogis don't need to drink. They give up drinking, and thus Lakshmi principle can be established much more easily. Now why should we have Lakshmi? We should have Lakshmi because in the symbol of Lakshmi you can see the reason. First of all, the Lakshmi has got two beautiful pink colored lotuses in her hand. That symbolizes that a person who has money should have a very comfortable house which is very inviting. Pink color is for love and invitation. Now the beetle comes to the lotus and it has got all kinds of thorns on its body. Can you make it move? No. The beetle is a...
Beetle.
Comes to the lotus to collect some honey. But it has got thorns on its body.
Yes.
But the lotus accepts. It invites, you see, the lotus is very happy to have this beetle in it. Now the beetle is seeking the honey, and it gets tired and sleeps inside the lotus. So the lotus gives a beautiful corona, the bed for it to sleep. And all the fragrance of the lotus for that beetle. Till the morning. Then when beetle has rested well, he gets his honey and then he flies out. We can state poetically that the beetle respects, the beetle is respected by the lotus because it is seeking the honey. Even if it has got horns, thorns, doesn't matter. Thus, you people who have been seeking the truth have received it on your sahasrara, which is just like a lotus. Whatever you have done, whatever was the past, is not important. You get your dignity because you are seeking the truth. Also, when people get saturated with Lakshmi, as in the West I have seen, they take to seeking. They get fed up. Because material things is not Lakshmi. Because it doesn't give any satisfaction. So the other thing that Lakshmi has in her hand, what happens that she puts one hand like this. This hand suggests that a person who has money has to give and share, not to take it for oneself. If they do not share, then they cannot enjoy the principle of Lakshmi. When giving to others is so joyful. Another hand is like this. This hand of the goddess suggests that those who are under your care, your relations, your friends, all those people must be given complete protection by you. Anything happens in your family, anything happens to your relations or to your friends, you must stand by that person. Some people try to help their relations by, say, many politicians do that way, by cheating. But by cheating, what you are doing is you are spoiling the life of that relation. You are not really helping. So he'll be losing his name, his dignity, everything, especially his moral character. So with the Lakshmi, you must have your morality intact. In a country like now, say, America and all such people, there are horrible films coming and people are taking to the signs, we call it a Lakshmi. Person who has Lakshmi should dress up in a decent manner, women and men. I find on the street women walking with very short clothes. With that, what will happen? Your Nabi Chakra will be caught. And you will have problems with money. So the wealth that you have should be seen in your temperament, in your nature, in your behavior, in your living. Moreover, the person who has Lakshmi has to be a very humble man. For example, Sri Lakshmi is standing on a lotus. Lotus is the lightest flower you could think because it floats over the water. So her temperament should be not of a very serious type, but of a very mirthful. And she doesn't show off because it's such a simple thing like a lotus to stand on that. So for people who have money or who have wealth, should not try to show off by very big cars and this and that. That of course does not mean that you should become sannyasis. On the contrary, you should be very well dignified personalities. But there should be detachment. As you saw Raja Janaka, he was a king and still he was so detached that all the saints used to go and touch the feet of Raja Janaka. So there was a fellow called Nachiketa, he asked his master, why do you touch his feet? He is a king. So the master said, all right, you go and meet him now. So what he saw was that Janaka had all the luxuries of life. He was living in the palace, and in the procession there were thousands and thousands of people who were throwing pearls on him. So Nachiketa thought he should get one pearl at least. Next day he went to Raja Janaka and asked him, give me self-realization. So Raja Janaka said, I can give you all my kingdom but not self-realization, very difficult. Because you are possessed by the idea of money. Such a person cannot get realization. He said, all right, I will live here till I get realization. Next day Raja Janaka took him for a bath in the river, and he was enjoying the bath. And people came and told him that there is a fire in his palace. But Raja Janaka was meditating. He didn't bother. Then they said that the people who are in the palace have run away. Then he says that somebody said that now the fire is coming here. Still Raja Janaka was meditating. But Nachiketa ran out because his clothes were outside, so ran out to save his. And still Raja Janaka was not bothered. So when he came out, he told him, Nachiketa, this is all Mahamaya. This is how you are tested. If you are money oriented, you cannot get self-realization. She is the one who is testing. All the greedy people, all the people for money's sake do all kinds of things, as you have here, mafias, will be all punished. In any case, they are not happy people, satisfied people. They are all the time worried. So, first thing you must have is satisfaction. This is a very important thing in modern times to understand. Because it's said also in the economics that wants are not satiable in general. You want today a carpet, all right, have it. You work very hard, save money to buy a carpet. Then you have the carpet, you want to have a house. You never enjoy the carpet for which you have worked so hard. Then you have a house, so when you get the house, you want to have a car. Then from car, you want, I think, helicopter, maybe an aeroplane. This is how it goes on. And you work so hard and you have no satisfaction. Because of this, in these modern times, people are extremely restless. There is no peace in your heart. But if you have this Lakshmi principle in you, you will feel extremely satisfied with everything that is materialistic. You have well and good if you don't have well and good. But after that, this Mahalekshmi principle is awakened with you, that you start seeking. And then that is also later on, as you have seen, is granted because you get your self-realization. So nothing to copy these horrible materialistic people. But we have to be satisfied with what we have, and we should express our love by giving something, whatever it is, to the needy person. I have seen myself, I find it very difficult to buy anything for myself. If it is expensive, I think I should not buy. So once I went to a shop, I wanted to buy a particular sari, but I thought it was too expensive, I didn't buy. But once Sahajogi was with me, he went and bought it and gave it to me on my birthday. And I just started crying, it's too much. We have stories like this in our Ramayana also, where Sri Rama ate the sour bear. Bear, we call it bear. I don't know. You to call it bear.
Yes.
We have a story like that. She told Sri Ram that she was an old woman from a downtrodden society, that I have touched every bear with my teeth, you see, and I found out that none of them are sour. In India, nobody eats anything which is touched by mouth on any food is regarded uttishta, is something wrong. But Sri Ram immediately took. He said, oh, how sweet of you to have done this testing for me.
Yeah.
But his brother was very angry. He didn't like it, Lakshmana. Sri Rama ate. He said, I've never eaten such beautiful bears. So his wife Sita said, give me also a little bit. I am your half thing. You should give me. So when Sri Rama gave her, she ate. She said, oh my goodness, what a beautiful fruit this one is. So Lakshmana said, why not give me? He asked his sister-in-law, give me also. He said, no, because you were so angry. But she gave it to Lakshmana, and Lakshmana said, I have never eaten such beautiful fruits. What was in that bear was nothing but giving sense of this old lady. She didn't have anything to give. She was a poor lady. So she did all this just to give to Sri Ram. So the sharing of your things is an extremely joy-giving thing. The other day we had brought some presents. I mean, nothing so great, but you also enjoyed it, and I too enjoyed it. That is how we all have to live. That is how all of us have to live together, sharing things. Don't think about yourself, think of others. Think what others like. In India, the Grihalakshmis are that way very good. They know what you like to eat. So if you go to their house, immediately they will ask, please come for dinner. And they will make what I would like, I would love to eat. They'll go out of the way to make that. But not only for me, for anyone. Such a joy-giving thing to cook for others. So the principle of Lakshmi is only enjoyed when you share it with others. My father was a great realized soul. And he never used to close the doors or windows in the night. And one day a thief came and took away the gramophone that he had. So he felt very sad that he's taken away the gramophone now. What about records he can't buy? How will he play? So my mother joked that better give it in the newspaper, that you better, to the thief who has taken away our gramophone, please come and take away the records also. This is the sign of Lakshmi principle. The one who is satisfied and is happiest when he can give something. If you give with one hand, you will get from 10 hands. So we have to learn to share. As it is, you are giving the highest thing to others. That is self-realization. What more can you give? You must have seen when you give self-realization how happy you feel. The greatest happiness and the greatest joy is in giving realizations to others. I have seen people, their faces change, and the people who are giving realization, their faces also get full of light. We are a new society. We are people of new age, where we have got our satisfaction in higher things. There are many Sahajogis who have been working, giving realization, but there are many who do not. Unless and until you share your joy with others, you will not be happy. I heard the other day, one lady told me that her father, mother are against Sahaja. I said, what is your relationship? She said, I don't talk to them, I don't like them, the way they are against Sahaja. I told her, you change your attitude. Take some flowers for them, some present for them. Talk to them in a very sweet manner. Because you have become such a dry person, that's why they don't like Sahaja. And it worked. The parents are now in Sahaja. So the attitude of a Sahajogi towards the non-Sahajogi should be of helping, of supporting, of sharing. But I must warn you, there are some Sahajogis who will try to have their own party. They are very power-oriented. They will have an exclusive party. It is a dangerous sign. It's a cancer. Everything should be collective. Anybody who does that kind of thing, you should know, is a possessed person. and you will be harmed if you follow such a person. We are all collective, we have to know everything among each other, and we have to live like one family. Not only in Russia, but all over the world. Once you develop that kind of a love for everyone, then you will be surprised you have become a great personality. That means a drop becomes the ocean. I can go on saying about Lakshmi principle for hours today. There are 9 Lakshmis, but next time I'll tell you. One of them is Graha Lakshmi, is the housewife. And another is the Raja Lakshmi, which is the power of a king or of a person who is administrator or who is a bureaucrat. But I would request you to understand that you have got the greatest treasure that very few people have got in this world. Nourish it with your love. Nourish it with your compassion and peaceful existence. If there is any problem, anything, suddenly you must become peaceful within.
Спокойными.
Then immediately you will find solution will come before. This is the subtle of Lakshmi principle. I hope all of you will develop it and enjoy it. Before I come next year, I will see that you all have, each person has given realization at least 200 people. You got powers. You got powers, you have knowledge. Don't waste it. We have to save the world. So may God bless you all.